of it.
You can't even see my Georgia shirt.
But it's a low-budget production, right? Isn't that what Katie says?
It's a low-budget production.
There we go. There we go.
Katie's scared of everything.
There we go. She's on the rise.
Is she?
Well, yeah. She's gonna take over the YouTube underground. Hi, everybody.
I did a vlog one time that said ATX on the rise, right?
I know. And do you know that I never even saw it till we got together? I had never seen it. There's a lot. People will make a video for me, good or bad. Most of the bad ones I don't watch. But like a good one and talk good about me. And I'll never see it. And I'll be like, you should have just told me it existed. I feel so bad. Hey, Clancy, and let it go.
Right,
not a whole bunch of people make good videos, but some do.
Yeah.
Took a shower. My hair is like a mess.
Okay. I'm
Georgia won. We already talked about that, but now we've got...
Look. I got...
At Kroger, they had the national championship. Hey, but Sean. So it's a long sleeve. Okay, you guys, it's a long sleeve Hanes t-shirt, but they busted it out. It's $35. But it had the official seal on it. But
we got 10.
No, but I'm just saying that's how much the shirt was, and it's a Hanes. You would think it would be like some well-made. What is that brand called? Gildon. You know the ones that make the real good shirts?
A lot of them do. Like Grateful Dead has their own people called Liquid Blue, and they just make their shirts.
Oh, Clancy's sitting drinking a tall glass of beer.
Clancy.
What kind is it?
You got you a chew red man in, homie?
What kind of beer do you like, Clancy?
I bet you he likes...
I was an MGD drinker.
He likes Corona.
No, he's
in Texas.
Yeah, I think he probably likes, like, if I were to guess, Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
Or
what
Dos
about Dos Equis? Yeah,
Dos Equis is good,
we're going to go with that.
I was never really a beer drinker until I was. You know what I mean? I was like,
I
don't like beer.
You never were a beer drinker.
Look, I got a cat hair in my...
Until it was the only thing in the fridge.
I was like, well, if I just drink beer, I won't drink as much. And then quickly developed a taste for beer and started drinking a tremendous amount of it.
It wasn't... Do you think it was a taste for beer, or it was just a...
No, it was, I mean, because you got to drink 18 of them to, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, then I just changed my taste from, and it was just different stages. There's a stage where it was wine because that was sophisticated, drink wine and eat cheese. And then there was beer because I didn't think I drink as much of it. At the end, it was just Grey Goose.
The end, it was what?
Bud Light, okay. Bud Light's not bad.
Nope, I would just drink straight Budweiser.
I've heard that tastes like cat piss. I've never drank it, but...
It's good when you sit there watching a football game at the bar with some wings. You drink a Budweiser. It's good.
Tastes good.
Yep.
You drank Red Stripe, too. Hey, Moxie.
I would drink Red Stripe.
It's super carbonated, and I love...
Moxie, I didn't get to tell you personally because you weren't here. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for what you sent. That is...
What a cool little taste of Washington. Yep. That was like, it was so well done. Thank you.
You put that on. Did you put it on the community page?
Yeah, she sent a couple of just everything Pacific Northwest and Washington. She took time to really pick it out. I really liked it. Hey, Pink Life.
So I pull
Let it go, drink Miller Lite.
I pull right into the parking lot of work, and the person that does our route is coming out, right? And she's like, hey, I got a package for you and Mandi. Do you want me to just take it to your house, or do you want me to give it to you here? And I said, well, what's easier for you? And she opened the door and went to the back and handed it to me right there, and that was it.
In Your Dreams says, I used to like beer and tomato juice. That's very popular in Texas.
Whoa.
And pepper. Haven't had a taste for it since my bypass 3 years ago. Too scared. Yeah. What is that called? Like horchata? Or no, it's called...
Horseshit.
No, in Texas they sell it right at the.
They sell you.
There's like a cup of powder, like tomato.
Beer and tomato juice. Might have to try that.
It's gonna be Michaela. I promise it's gonna figure it out. Just keep the faith. No, but it was. I'm sorry. I really am, Michaela. You're on my mind. Like a tomato powder. In a cup with a seal, and you pull the seal off and dump the Corona in it or whatever the beer is that you drink with it. and it's called, what is it called? A Clamato?
Clamato.
There you go, Clamato.
I have seen that.
Michelada, yes.
But there was a Clamato, and that brand.
Can I get my aloe water?
Yeah, go
I
get
should have
it.
taken you up on it when you offered to
I'll
go get
it for you.
No, I'm gonna
Then
get
I
it.
get to see you get up and walk away from me.
Don't.
I'm not allowed to get dirty.
You can't. No,
I'm not allowed to.
Italian.
So
Let me get it though. It's right over here. I'm glad you like
Clancy said my dad was a Vietnam vet, and all he drank was Budweisers and Seagrams. I'm not a drinker. I haven't drank in a while, and I certainly haven't had a drink since I've been with Mandi. But for me, it was basically to get out of the freaking chaos that I was in. I would go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch the Georgia game, and I would drink like 2 Budweisers and eat some wings, and then I would drink a Red Bull. I haven't been drunk, and I don't remember the last time I was drunk. I mean, literally, probably 10 years ago when
you actually were drunk.
When I was actually had like a.
I can't imagine.
Like where I would say I better not drive. You know.
Yeah.
Just not something that I did.
I was tossing something around.
Hey, Captain of my soul.
I'm gonna hit it and quit it real quick, okay?
Okay.
Angela, you bitch. Let me tell you something. First of all, don't mention my chickens. They're none of your business. Second of all, if you don't want people to think you're crazy, quit saying insane shit.
Right.
Okay? You follow everything that I do. I'm sorry that our friendship didn't work out. But I'm going to keep fucking with you about Alexa until you quit talking about me. You said you were done speaking on me. And as long as you keep speaking on me, I'm going to let everyone know how fucking crazy you are.
Do not diss it. It's true. And the thing is like, some of you guys send us Twitter and stuff, and Angela's in every one of those mentions. Anybody that
doesn't like me. She's in there.
She's in there, and nobody even is acknowledging her.
Nobody cares.
You know, they know that
cares.
she's one that they keep at arm's length because they've seen, not just with us, but before she was hanging out with us, she was crazy.
Yeah, you're like my friend that I trusted. You low down grifting bitch. You doxed everything, every text, every.
Not that I want to dox it, but here it is.
All right, my PayPal. There's not really anything you didn't disclose. So, did you say that Paula hacked your Alexa? You sure the fuck did.
You said that.
You said that.
Nobody had you believing anything.
And then,
you were mad. You were like, you don't have my back. About what? Because Paula liked my. Because it didn't.
That's all I needed to say. I just wanted to say that. You don't need to talk about my chickens. If everybody else who hates me wants to talk about them, that's fine. That's a pretty low blow for you, my friend, because you've got a lot of nerve. And I'm going to leave it alone. And you're insane.
Yeah.
Many reasons. One of which is...
I want to address something because I saw this tweet. Somebody said, and it's somebody that's over in another camp that has a ton of problems. And
I know, Moxie.
Aren't even thinking about us anymore. But they're saying that it's back about my job security. They're saying we're scared. I want to know. I've rolled this around in my head. What exactly?
Say stitching.
What exactly are we supposed to be scared of? I don't get it.
The thing is, I think the scared part, they are saying not only are you going to lose your job, you're going to be arrested on a felony.
For what? That's the thing. It's like sometimes you look at the drama and you go, they found it. But this time it's kind of like,
yeah.
What? I mean,
that was just you're going to go down on a felony. Katie, this is the second time she's done this. She got drunk in Florida.
So it's Katie they're talking about.
Katie is the one that said it. Well, but this is the second time she's done it. When I worked for the National Guard in Austin, she got drunk in Florida with Makeup by Mandi because someone released Makeup by Mandi's tax records or something. I guess she was late on taxes. They said, I used my system at the National Guard to look up tax records. First of all, Google can find that.
Right.
But second of all, that's not even what I did. That has nothing to do with what I did.
But you were about ready to be in handcuffs, weren't you?
I was gonna, and I just think, I think some of these bitches are jealous when someone has a real job.
Well, and that's
I'm not saying
point.
that you guys don't.
Anybody that's followed us, that's been in our lives for the past, say, like in our live streams for the past 6 months, knows that I think my job kind of sucks. Anyway,
well,
but it's a good job, but it's like it's not. It's
we've said if one or both are in handcuffs, you're gonna score some money.
I don't understand.
Hey, Karen.
When I see these, first of all, I think someone's created them, and then I follow it, and I go, "This is really a tweet by somebody," and they're so far down the rabbit hole. I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't get it.
I don't either. It's the same usual suspects that descend and start saying that they've got this whole prediction of our house of cards falling in.
These are the same people that didn't say we'd ever leave Texas, or we'd ever last, or what else, or that you didn't go to Texas, didn't bring all our stuff from Texas. Remember that one? Yeah. I don't believe she drove from Texas.
I pinned Jocelyn's saying, "Who is Angela?" That's the beginning and the end of it.
That's
Who
really
is Angela? Right? That's a good way to exit stage left on that one.
Yeah, she's a crazy one that
I trusted
goes from community to, like, person to person until she wears her welcome out. And she did it with us, but now she's over with another group of people that kind of keep her at arm's length. It's kind of like, yeah, but you are kind of crazy.
I don't even think Boho will have anything to do with her, is my understanding. So keep commenting on my tweets. But every time you say you're done speaking on it, you say something about me again, I nail you. I nail you on the. I'm gonna keep calling her Alexa. You said it's some sort of echo, but let's call it Alexa because most people know what Alexa is.
Right.
You legit said that someone hacked your Alexa and got the name of your son and his friend. You said that, and you came to me with it and said you were paying an investigator and that you were convinced it was Paula. What could I have done with that? I'm sitting there going, what do I do with that? Mm-hmm. What do I do with that? I want to defend my friend, but I'm not going to go tell anybody that anyone, let alone Paula, doxed someone's Alexa. I'm not going to. Mm-hmm. Anyway. I wasn't in, people are going to be like, oh, she was mad. No, I'm tired of it.
Here's the other thing. So there's a lot of, we've said this before in the past, and this is kind of changing gears a little bit, that when people get mad at each other and then people go real life.
Yes.
And we've sat here before and we've said, some of these people that are calling CPS on people and calling different agencies are just a random person that's causing problems. They're watching a chat. They see somebody get all worked up. Well, someone's been arrested for that bodder person, right?
I don't know a lot. I've heard people talk about him. I've heard Mommy Ramblings talk about him. I don't know a lot about him. But today, German lady did an interview with somebody that was in a Zoom court session with him. He is being prosecuted. Hey, Yoga, he's 14 years old.
14 years old.
Having people swatted.
Yeah, he goes and he lurks on chats. He sees what's going to get, finds information
Since
out.
He was 10 years old, he's been doing it.
And that causes the community to start, this person called or that person called.
Yes.
Anyway, he's only 14, and they said he's been at it for a few years.
Yeah.
He's 10, 11 years old when he starts this stuff.
It's
out there. If people know it bothers you, there's somebody, random person lurking in your chat that's going to cause problems.
And he's going to end up not getting in a lot of trouble.
He won't because he's 14.
Yeah. I mean, he's facing felonies and quite a few of them, but
they won't stick.
And he's sitting there going, dude, the drama community is full of a bunch of old crazy people. And
as soon as I walk out of here, hold on. Are we at recess? Are we on recess right quick? I have to follow up this call with animal control. But
here's the thing, Sean. He's been posting since he's been whatever. He's still posting bullshit.
And hasn't it, like, didn't
you say that's right.
So since he's a minor, his mother had to go to court with him, and when they asked her for like a comment, she's like, you spelled our names wrong. And
the thing that he's going to get in trouble for is, and don't say it because you're not supposed to say it. Okay. Not even just monetization. Okay. CP, which is like some Duggar bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
So he would porn bomb people with that, and that's where it's going to stick. But I still don't think that it's going to stick past 18.
Because he's young, because he's a minor, he's going to be able to, he'll get out of it. But the point is, they're out there, and they're people that you don't even know.
Michaela, we're praying for you, sweetie. I know, like we said in the text, keep the faith, okay? Just keep on keeping on.
God has a plan.
Yeah.
God has a plan.
Now, my son was a master troll. Not like a hacking troll, not like that kind of thing. If I had found out that he was responsible for that, I can't even imagine how disappointing that is. And really, as parents, we pretty much, he was 14, but I would say when my son was 15 or 16 and I would pop in, knock on the door, take a glance, he was always just playing war games. But I guess it takes next to no time at all for them to get into some bullshit on the computer.
And so you're somebody that's just bored looking for trouble. And this is 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old. They get into some kind of lurking into some live streams and they find out someone doxes some information. Next thing you know, you got somebody at your door. These people are at each other's necks and calling the cops on each other and this and that. And it's some 13-year-old that's been doing it.
Clancy, it says it's absolutely ridiculous. When you sit back and don't respond and actually look at the insanity that's been going on, it's like, I thought we were all adults. Yeah, when you sit back and look at it as a bystander, and sometimes the conversations that people are having or what they're talking about each other about, you're like, dude, we really do this.
I know. It's true. And that's why, Mandy and I have been doing our own thing for a while. We've been out of the drama. And just like that, people try to drag you back in. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly why. But then you start getting inundated. You remember, I used to be deep in this stuff with people calling and this and that.
Hey,
but
Dragonfly.
now but there was a reason before. There was, kind of this maelstrom of drama going on. But right now, I'm just kind of looking at this stuff going, I don't get how it sticks in people's mentions. It's like, I don't understand how people can put something up there and there's like people, get them. They're going, when has that ever happened in our community?
Yeah.
As far as like someone actually getting in trouble, for something like that. It hasn't.
And it's always in trouble for real life shit. It's not YouTube shit.
Right. That happens from time to time. But you get people on here that try to be YouTube gangsters. And when you sit back and you think about it, you're like, what does that even mean? So anyway.
No, you're right.
That's what I've been dealing with that.
What's funny is every once in a while, like everybody wants to tell my in-laws how bad I am. My mother-in-law watches it, don't worry. But it's funny when she'll be chopping something and she was like, on your YouTube thing, I find it incredibly boring. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like that.
Did she say that?
It's a lot of people are like that.
I'm like, you wouldn't have a clue unless you were in on it. But apparently I am like supreme bad daughter-in-law. Everybody wants to turn me in. My mother-in-law knows who I am. We're over there all the time.
Tragic says, I think she has the hots for ATX. And then he said she talks about your private parts way too much. It's like, dude, that's correct, right?
I find that incredible.
It's weird.
I gotta get my Twinkie.
Go get your Twinkie. Speaking of,
it's weird. For a while, the number of people talking about what was between my legs was incredible. All you could do is laugh.
I know.
Like it's all you could do.
I'd be like, babe, settle down. I too have people that talk about the size of.
I know.
And at the end of the day, it's just banter.
This is our. Oh no, I might have put it in the snap drawer. Hold on.
So Black Dragonfly is back in Eastern Canada. Now, if y'all that don't know Black Dragonfly, just in the last few months, she's been in Mexico, and now she's back at home in Canada. I am sorry that you had to attend a funeral, though. That sucks. That does suck.
Like your pillow?
But
I don't even.
In the
I'm
way,
gonna have to break this in half because I don't really even like Twinkies.
I'm gonna have to help her eat a Twinkie.
We're gonna do a visual because this is another thing that gets repeated a lot, right?
Yes, it's a Twinkie.
We're gonna turn this into a half-eaten Twinkie, but we're not really eating it. We're just gonna split it.
I'll eat half of it.
You'll eat half of it?
Yeah.
Make sure. Look, my hands are. Make sure. God, they're hard to get out. Okay. So you need to bite it in half. Make sure, give yourself some credit. Yeah, there you go. So, speaking of people talking about private parts, supposedly, this is what Sean looks like. Half-eaten Twinkie, whatever.
Got a little girth to it, though.
That's what his ex says. Half-eaten Twinkie. Well,
you would really think that.
If it did look like that when you were dealing with it, it's more you than me, babe. because this is not an accurate representation of that. All right? It's just not. And let's even do ones further, and let's do, you can have, I'm not gonna make you eat this other one. Let's go one step further. Let's take the whole thing out. Let's look at this one. No.
Half?
Again, if this is what you were working with, that says more about you than it does about him. Because, yeah, it's just not. Yep. And where do you come up with that half-eaten Twinkie dick? Where do you come up with that? No, I mean, like, is that like in the locker room?
You would think that we were porn stars as much as people talk about
our. Oh my God. About what it smells like, looks like, tastes like, who's been in it. So anyway.
And we're not even talking about the people that are over there saying people are coming off the top rope right onto their face and all that. That happened in the other chat. But
what was it?
Sit on my face?
Oh, she apparently she's still talking about it.
Oh man.
So anyways, yes, it is. All you can do is laugh.
Don't respond to the greasy Sasquatch.
Well, no, but that's not really a response. I've been waiting to say that because I've heard it. So I was by the register today, and I thought
we never had a Twinkie in the house to demonstrate.
No, but then it was actually a half-eaten Twinkie is even smaller than I thought it was. I thought Icky was hitting the road. She said because nobody was watching her stupid ass, she was gonna leave.
Who mentioned that? Let me see here.
No. Nikki said because nobody watches her, she was gonna leave, and she's still here.
Oh, Icky is still talking.
I've never ever known anyone that's been on YouTube as long as she has that can't get more than 30 views.
And the thing about it was, when she was getting views,
and she keeps talking about me too.
When the only time she ever got any views is when she was like yelling at her husband. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Remember when she got in a fight with her husband and came and talking about
and when she called her mom to see you next Tuesday. Yep. That was pretty epic.
That was really good.
She said that's what they do in their family when they're
mad. They just call each other to see you next Tuesday. Mm-hmm.
If I called my mom that would be it. I'd be 6 feet under. And that's if she bothered to put me 6 feet under. I might be under the crossfade.
My dad would have reached right across the dinner table. But
yeah, she had a big dramatic exit and then she didn't go anywhere. Black Dragon Flight. I'm gonna change gears and tones real quick. It's got to be hard. She said she had a hard day yesterday. It was the anniversary of her husband's death.
Oh, no.
That's definitely going to be in my prayers tonight. And I'm not the type that just says, you're in my thoughts and prayers when I tell you I mean it. It's the truth.
You are going to Africa in May, though. She is.
Did she go? Is she the one that travels like to Mexico?
Yeah, she was in Mexico, and now she's back in Canada, and she's going to Africa in May. So she is doing that. That's pretty cool.
Very, very cool.
I have an off the changing gears question again.
Jocelyn, thank you. What?
You think Hussey's getting scared of Katie yet?
No, I listen. He says that he thinks that they were meant to find each other and whatever, and
so he's becoming quickly enabling too. I remember I heard a soundbite from about a week ago where he was like, listen to all these people loving.
I turned the Wi-Fi off. If it still does it again, I'll go reset the router. We haven't had that problem in a while. That guy's supposed to come tomorrow and upgrade it. Tomorrow's Thursday, right?
Thursday the 12th.
They said we qualified for a free upgrade. And it's like, no, you just were supposed to have updated the hardware a long time ago and you didn't.
Is that what he said?
Well, no, but I mean, they were like, and I'm also looking, we need to have a technician come out there. You qualify for faster internet. And she was like, and I was like, which means, and she was like, and I was like, which means the reason my shit sucks is because you were supposed to upgrade something a long time ago.
And you were charging us.
No, you were supposed to upgrade something a long time ago.
And you were charging us.
Way
too much.
Yeah, that will finally what was it, $172 that we're paying every month?
Yeah.
And that's not even our cable. I was like, Sean, about this last couple months ago when we paid, I said, that reminds me, why are we paying much for internet? And he goes, I don't know. And I was like, half the time it doesn't even work. And $172, we should be having such good connection. Cartwheels.
We should have a 3-dimension to be able to reach out through the internet, but...
It looks like, hey, Christine, it looks like it's better. Yeah,
It
looks like
does.
it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's.
Moxie's like, resetting the router. Your attention, please.
Oh no, they still can't see us?
No, they said we're back. Hold on, I'm gonna go out.
I'll go look and see if the light's on.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead, and I'm gonna.
Hopefully someone didn't hack our Alexa.
Yeah.
Paula?
Dadgummit.
Hold on. Alexa probably heard me say it. And then she said, I don't have an Alexa, I have an Echo. Oh my God, I can't.
Is that what she said?
I cannot.
I can't with you.
No, I can turn it back on. The red light's not on.
Okay, come here.
I'm gonna turn it back on.
It looks like we're good. We're here now.
Okay.
I put this on data as well.
Okay.
All right, we good?
Okay, you see me? Because that's another thing we pay too much for. I need to go through all, like the Verizon, I need to go through all of our bills and figure out what exactly we're being billed for. You know what I mean? Good, I'm glad everything's good.
Especially if I have to go back to door dashing, you know, we're going to have to.
You're going to leave in cuffs. Maybe we should get some handcuffs.
Yeah.
I'm not really into that, but I've never tried it.
I heard way too many.
Would you panic?
Yes.
I would panic.
Way too many horror stories. And this is you. I'm like, I've never been more comfortable in my life than with you, but just for whatever reason, it's like, well, I'm pretty helpless.
And what do you do? Like, there's a few people in here that probably could tell us. So you get the handcuffs on, you handcuff it to the bed, and you're both there and doing whatever. What do you do then? Just the act of it and you have fun with it? Or do you like leave them and go to 7-Eleven? Or what, like, how does that work?
Where the guys, like my girlfriend brought home a pair of handcuffs, and then she had me handcuff her to the bed. She said, now you can do to me you can go do whatever you want. So I went fishing. Left her there.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I don't consider myself a prude, and we're pretty like on the kink factor, you know. But some of the things I don't understand, the bondage I don't understand.
I know. There's a few things that, I don't get.
I don't, but I'd like someone to tell me. There's a few people in here that could probably tell us if they're lurking. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Fingers in my ears. I know, like, Moxie's having like heavy winds or whatever. Karen, how is your internet? Did they fix it? Did you get that new internet? I meant to ask you that.
Black Dragonfly going.
Google will answer all your. You know what? That would be funny. Maybe we should ask right here. Why do people use handcuffs during sex?
Google will answer all your questions.
What do you do with handcuffs?
I bet we could ask Alexa real quick. Alexa's pretty snarky when you ask questions like that.
She's asleep.
Oh.
She's asleep.
Night.
Yeah.
Night.
When you wake her up, sometimes like if you wake her up and she's like, hello, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry. She's like, oh, it's okay. And you're like, oh, she's like legit.
I've you know, because where she's positioned, I've been walking like through the through that back den, and tiny will cock-a-doodle-doo, and you'll see the light go on.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But
we have, since everybody thinks that we're such horrible chicken owners, one of the babies is going to have to come back. Not babies, they're bigger. Is going to have to come back in the morning because
he didn't make it to the
when they were running inside or whatever, like they always do. He bolted. And he bolted, but you can hear him. And then he settled down. So this is happening. He'll come back tomorrow, but they hunker down for the night. And I was like, dude, they're kind of right. We are kind of shitty chicken owners. But what can we do?
You got to get good at it. You got to keep. And when I was sitting there, when I heard like the people like these guys are shitty chicken owners, I was like, I bet every single one of those fuckers eats chicken. Every single one of them.
I'm like, no, we're not as bad as the people that raise broilers and stick them into the.
I mean, if you eat chicken, if you like chicken, you cannot be critical of our chicken farming skills if you're sitting there eating a freaking Chick-fil-A sandwich or something like that.
She said, I think I'd leave and go have a cigarette. They're talking about, I think we're back to the handcuff thing.
Okay. We didn't answer everyone's question.
But no, but to answer everybody's question, inquiring minds, we'd love to know why we're shitty chicken owners. The mass casualties were like a bird flu, like legit. It was like a
and it's going all through. It'll go through whole counties.
Yeah.
And just decimate.
But you guys, you've seen our PayPal stuff. We buy the chicken food and stuff. and treats and pins and I'm like, we're just not.
I mean, no, it's better. I mean, if you go look at our adult birds, we've got
Yes,
those adult that made it through all the carnage that the curly coop is. You know, that's what we are. But
It's
if you make it
settled
to
down
the
now.
other side, then you know you're a pretty good chicken.
We used to joke that when the Brahmas and the Brahmas and when the Americanas were like, you know, when they were still in their little thing and out there was just freaking the Wild West with chickens. And we were like, they were like, the big ones were like, you're going to be coming out here to the yard pretty soon.
I know.
And you better have a good immunity.
That's right. Telling you what.
Outrun a husky, outrun a...
I mean, it's all, we're one big family, but when Tiny tells us it's time to go, we go.
I know.
And you better be fast enough.
Oh, they're talking about traveling. Yeah, Black Dragonfly is a traveler. Moxie likes traveling with a friend. I could see though having fun traveling by yourself. I mean, not with I want to go with you, but I mean,
if you were
if
alone,
I was single
if you were by
or whatever,
yourself and you had the money to do it,
yeah, I could see.
I would do it too. I mean, it. First of all, if I didn't have you anymore for whatever reason it would
Thank
be,
you.
I would probably have to figure out something to do because I'd be fairly devastated. I mean,
Yeah.
And I don't do real well without Mandy.
Tiny did make it out of the jaws of death.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Which is another reason why I had talked about a different job, you know, because and I take a little comfort in the fact that the people that Mandy has talked to, like that have had family members that work at the post office, and the people that I talk to, it's like, no, dude, it's pretty much a 6-day-a-week deal.
Until you make it to a certain level.
Until you get.
And he's
there.
almost there. It's the next one, right?
Well, yeah, there's a couple of people in front of me.
Scout.
But I say all that because I miss Mandy. I
miss you too. That's it.
That's the thing. It's money is good, but you know, we made it this far in our lives to be together. You know, not just to be, you know, 8 hours in bed together every night and then off to the thing. So
hey, Khaki. Ms. Festus said, bad chicken owners. People need to see the pictures of dozens hung up with their legs duct taped together. That's what they do with the broilers.
Yeah.
We've the broilers are a specific breed. Oh, that's
with that.
That's Madre.
What does she want? Oh, she's sending pictures.
Oh man, I look huge.
Oh, it's
Don't
okay,
show
though.
it.
No, you don't have to show it.
Well, I can't show it. Not because I look huge, because your mom's in the picture, but I am a bona fide member of the charity group.
Yeah. My mother is...
The Curlies are taking over.
My mother is over the moon that her daughter-in-law of her oldest son is now a member of the same group that my mother is in.
The cool thing, like we talked about yesterday at the lunch, there's a representative came and talked from this organization. So I don't even think she calls it a charity necessarily what they do, but it does good things. And she that was the other one. Yeah. And she one of the things we're being asked to participate in is that it's a plot when a family in need finally secures housing, whether it's an apartment or subsidized housing or whatever it is, they have this warehouse full of gently used furniture, appliances, and things like that. And these ladies, because she said it is primarily single moms and their children, that she could count on one hand how many had a husband in the house. That's just what she said. And then they go into this warehouse with gently used furniture, gently used or brand new appliances, and they literally get to shop and outfit their house. Some of these kids are having beds for the first time ever. They're having, they're coordinating, they're getting bath mats and things like that that coordinate, and some of these people have never had that before. That's pretty cool. So they were talking about just some things that they need ongoing, and like shower curtain liners, because you don't reuse your shower curtain. you trash a shower curtain liner, but shower curtain liners and things like that. So that's kind of what it's like. It's how you can partner with the community to make a difference.
So it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Presley's, let's read.
Oh, Mr. Mike.
Her granddaughter got straight A's.
Heck yeah,
Yay.
she did. She's your granddaughter. Of course she
yeah.
did. You can go with
Dansby Swanson.
Tell him Sean said hey if you see him. Tell him.
Say, we miss you here.
Thank
in the
you.
A. We miss you in the A.
It was, thank you, Ken. And it's really cool. It's like, it's kind of like you're saying, like a Habitat for Humanity does the building part and then they get the donations or whatever. And this is similar. You're right. It's similar, but like literally this warehouse is full of stuff and these ladies and then they have a truck. So they load it, they pick out their stuff, they load it, and volunteers go and put the beds together. And some of them have like so many children that they'll have a 3-bedroom house and they might have 2 sets of bunk beds for their boys and then 1 bedroom for the girls or things like that. They separate.
The thing about like, how do they find these people though?
Oh, she's having to move, let it go. She said it in here before. She's living right now with a family member and it's not working out. She's had some orthopedic stuff going on and they, she's coming to where she's not going to have any housing, but she's got a little bit of time and we're going to try to call some assisted living places and things like that and find something for her, but keep her in your prayers. Hello, Trash Panda. She's had a rough time. She's got those 2 adorable Shih Tzus that are also, they keep her company and they keep her trying, but yeah. She said it in here before. So that's kind of the long of the short of it is they're telling her she needs to have different housing.
Are they helping her though? That's the thing.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But hopefully we're looking into it. There's something in her area, hopefully like assisted living, because she doesn't need anything beyond that. She can even do independent living. So we're working on it. Yes, like the women's shelter in Boise. Yeah, that's the thing is like when you look at how you can be of service in this organization, like, yeah, I probably am not going to haul furniture and I like to design, but they've got people who volunteer just to coordinate stuff and things like that. But I could be like with like alcohol and chemical dependency, I could be of service like that if that's something that factors into why they've been displaced or why, you know what I mean? Like if they've dealt with a spouse that was in that, whatever it was, to be of service that way in that area. So we'll just see what God's plan is. Presley, thank you. She said, yeehaw. Thank you, Presley.
Thank you, Presley.
I love it. Thank you. Tell Gracie that I said to keep it up. And what is Presley, is she in junior college? I think she might have helped with domestic violence victims. The domestic violence thrift shop in Onslow County wasn't crazy about you the first few times.
Oh my God.
He was like, he would look around and be like,
yeah. And I would be like, what the?
Why is everybody
looking at me like that?
Can you imagine Sean walking in as nice as he is? Hey, and they're like,
yeah, because you got someone telling lies about you all the time, and they're like, but I mean, I'm just trying to donate these clothes. We'll take those.
We'll take them, and you get out of here.
You can get out of here right now.
But after they talked to you for a few minutes, they were like, this bitch has been lying. There's nothing wrong.
What?
10th grade. Okay. Ooh, sophomore.
No.
I had a dream. I sometimes have this reoccurring dream that I'm in high school, but I'm 45 and in high school, and I'm trying to prove that I graduated in 1997. I didn't need to be there.
What about?
Do y'all ever have those dreams?
What about the one where you're in high school and you're like about to take a test or you're about to get your report cards and you're like, I don't even remember going to this class recently.
Yes, I've had that one too. Or you don't know your schedule.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to stop by and get my schedule.
It's like, I mean, I don't.
Presley,
I think that I haven't made it to this class very often. I don't think I'm going to get a good grade or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. No, you're right.
And then you wake up and you're like, oh.
I graduated in 97, was married, and then my daughter was born in 98. And one of the dreams that I repeatedly had when she was a newborn was that I had left her at home or I'd left her in the car. And I'd be sitting in my history class going, I gotta go get my daughter or whatever. That I have a dream. Yes. Don't have enough credit. Exactly. But like last night, it was like I graduated in 1997 and they're like.
And it's like you still went there.
Well, and it's like, yeah, they were saying you've got it. You decided you wanted to get higher grades, so you've come back, and it's like, yeah, but if I don't pass, I've already got a diploma. And they're like, no, it doesn't work like that. And it's like, but I'm 45 or 44. You know what I mean? And you're embarrassed because you're walking around and you're like, you know what I mean?
Mine would always be like, I'd walk into the class and sit down. It was like that. It wasn't like I was 50. It was like I was back then, but I'd walk in and I'm like, I wonder if this teacher's noticed that I haven't been here. Does he keep track of absences and stuff? You know, because I don't think I've been here.
Hold on, Trash Panda. Let me ask Sean. Trash Panda wants to know what the Cash App is. You've got one, right?
I do have one. Let me see.
He will. That's very kind of you. I hope that he'll put it. You'll have to. I haven't used it in a while. Well, no, I feel really graduated in 84. Well, but the thing is like, do you ever have those dreams? Do you ever have the dreams that you're like back in school? And mine is also, I don't know my schedule. So I'm like trying to go by the main office and trying to get my schedule so that I can go to class and try to graduate. Get my locker. I've had that one too. You can't get the locker open and you need your stuff. Yes, I've had that too. Hey, Suzanne, I went to Catholic private school, so when I dream of high school, it's also half church. It's so creepy. Jocelyn, I didn't know you went to Catholic school. You have to do that? I thought you already had it on your phone.
I have Venmo, PayPal. I had Cat. I just haven't used it because I pay our rent with Venmo. I mean, with yeah.
My senior year on the pregnant girl side. Did you have a high school that went to where they send off the pregnant girls? Apparently they don't do that anymore. Like in my high school. They did it in Texas, right? Yeah, in my high school you didn't see any pregnant girls. They sent them to the PayPal is Mrs. MISSUS ATX, and that's me and Sean's.
You want to put it in there?
Well, sure. Thank you. Yeah, okay, so because they thought that if someone saw a girl that was pregnant, that everybody would get pregnant. So they sent them to an alternative school.
Like it would be a, like they'd want to or something, or?
Oh, I can imagine, Jocelyn. They'll send you to a private mother's home or something. You're such a good rabbit. I saw the little... it was like Avi of you. I think Paula posted it where you looked kind of like a fairy or something. It was really, really pretty. They got to the point eventually where they couldn't sit. They could either do a class in the high school for they could either do that's the PayPal. They could either do a section of the school for the pregnant girls and but they couldn't send them to an alternative school. They couldn't treat them like that they were, bad kids or whatever. But yeah, when I was in high school, I never, ever saw a pregnant girl.
I don't think I did either.
They thought it was going to be an epidemic. If one got pregnant, everybody was going to want to get pregnant. And I'm like...
You can't get pregnant from like a toilet seat or anything, though.
But my high school also didn't hand out condoms and stuff. Apparently, some high schools when I was in, where you could go in and get like free condoms and stuff. Really? Nobody was going to go ask the nurse for a condom in my. Are you kidding me?
Then in my school they had like bowls of them. When you walk into the nurse's office, you'd have like a bowl.
Kids are beautiful. They're not a punishment. They shouldn't be. Anyway, go ahead.
But so there would always be one guy like. One or a few people, so they would have this bowl full of condoms and they'd be like setting out. Someone would come by and like grab them all. So.
Wow. I was looking at, Clancy said the craziest thing that I can think of that happened in high school was the power went out. while we were in lunch and we had a big, massive food fight. That's pretty good. Different high school, but earlier credits and everything went back to your home. Oh, okay. See, that's a little bit more fair, by the way. They also said it was a liability, that in the hallway, anything could happen. You could get knocked down, you could fall down the stairs, and thank you. I see it. Thank you, Trash Panda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Trash Panda.
Y'all are so kind.
Stitching Girl says, officially next week, no more PayPal or Cash Apps. What's that mean?
You can't put them in your chat or in your description, right?
Okay, got you. I thought it's like she was
Clancy.
saying like PayPal was going away. I was like, no, we would have heard something about that.
No, it's not going away. You can't.
I get it now.
I don't even know if you can put it in your description. I need to check on that. Hey, Gigi.
Gigi's like, hey, children. We say that a lot in here.
I'll do what I want. You do, Trash Panda. Moxie, YouTube wants, they want you to do the
PayPal stuff.
They want
Not the
you to do
PayPal. They want you to
chat.
do super chats because they want their what is it?
Pound of flesh.
It's like 40%, isn't it? We don't.
Yeah, it's like 40% or whatever. I graduated from an arts magnet school in Dallas. We had my senior prom at a mortuary. Wow. That would be wild, but I bet fun. My senior prom, I didn't go to my senior prom. But I went to the other ones, you had to do a random breathalyzer to get in. I never got picked to do it, thank God, because ain't nobody getting in if I'm doing it.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge drinker, so they'd be like Curly. They call me Curly. It's my last name. They'd be like, Curly, you drunk? I said, no, but I'm pretty high. You're not drunk, right? And I haven't had anything.
That was more
you're driving. You'd be like, you're driving.
Speaking of condoms, I had to give a new Silverado today, and whoever owned it, there were 10 packs of condoms in the glove box. I just about died laughing. They were either getting a lot or not getting any if they had 10 boxes of it. We did regular reading and math and that stuff, but we had classes on child development and see, I like the way they had classes on child development and what to do with a baby. That's pretty kick-ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then Clancy says, I would go down and try to find the videos of it, but the police had the videos taken off the internet because there was some feeling that they had raided the snack bar. Oh my God. We had a Taco Bell at my school. They only
didn't
sold
have any of that stuff.
Very, very minimum things. Now my high school has a coffee shop.
My Pink Life said we had a nun teach us sex education and we all laughed our asses off.
My daughter said her first day, her freshman year. What?
So Gigi says, y'all, tomorrow at 10 a.m., the man who murdered my parents' best friends will be executed, finally.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That is the second person. Wow, that's unbelievable. They, for those of you, and she was open about it, Backwoods Barbie, her best friend was murdered and they just put that man to death after, so that's and they did.
She just put his name in the chat. I mean, Gigi,
wow.
First of all, talk about if you want to get a chat and just something like that will get their attention. But
what was that guy's name? Tom Dolan?
It's like if you go into my, when you go into my Google, I still think you have his face there. That was a crazy looking dude, man.
And I'm not minimizing I'm just saying how ironic it is that
you guys didn't know that. Did you guys follow or watch Backwoods Barbie? That she had her best friend was murdered years ago. They worked together, and they just in Mississippi, right? It was Mississippi.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I put it on Twitter. I bet she saw it. How are you feeling about that? What kind of emotions?
20 years they've waited. Mm-hmm. Wow.
And that's unbelievable. My brother's partner was killed in front of him. My brother was a police officer for a very long time.
Meeting a police officer partner.
So in 2000 and I believe it was 2001, ironically, he had a newborn and he was kind of off his game. He was real tired, but they were answering. It was like a basic call. It was like nothing was meant to be. And he just wasn't on his game, and his partner, they got his gun from him and shot him in the face. And My brother was the first one to come up to it after that, and that man was put to death that killed him. But it took a very long time, and my brother actually witnessed the execution. He went and sat through it and watched it. So I can't imagine.
If you go to Google Watch, he's
oh,
right
that's
there.
him. This.
Yeah.
Let me pull it. I don't want to get. Well, he's gone now.
Yeah.
He went back to hell where he came from.
Look at this guy's face, man.
Tom Loden. This is him right here. Hold on. Let me get rid of the Pornhub. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, get rid of hamster.
Right here. And you can see the name right there. Look at it. And he was a Marine and never had killed it. He just decided he was going to do
Today
it. And
was
he did
the day.
it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's crazy, dude.
Oh, I always forget when I hold that up to there, Sean, it changes the coloring. Doesn't he look like, well, I got it. Good night. We made a promise, so I better sign up. Yes, I got to go catch you all. Hubby made a,
Here it
okay.
is. So Gigi's in Oklahoma.
Have a good night, Presley. Love you, girl.
That's him right there. I don't want to show. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Once he, Bush, you put the name there.
Yeah.
They killed your parent. Oh my God. Well, I don't normally talk about my political views. I hope he goes back to hell where he came from. I hope that it goes through and all of the appeals are exhausted.
It was the 2003 murders.
So the devil can come take him back to hell.
Yep. I'm sorry that happened, but
My
I'm the
parents,
same way.
wow.
It's so hard. You know, there's a lot of people that are against, you know, the death penalty until you meet people that have, you know, had loved ones and stuff murdered, and that, you know, they want justice and all that. So, wow.
That's what I said. I probably shouldn't voice I'm from Texas. Look.
Yeah, yeah, Karen. It was her parents' best friend.
Isn't that?
It did. It changed the whole thing.
I told
didn't
you.
it?
Isn't that strange, Karen? That Karen and I, when we were kind of actively praying for Backwoods Barbie as the time was getting nearer for the execution, and had her in our thoughts, and it didn't look like it might. He had a bunch of stays. He would be the second person in 10 years. That's it that had been executed. But they executed him.
Yeah, they did. Lethal injection, right?
Yeah.
And they saying how they're gonna execute this guy tomorrow? Is it? I think
Did she say
Oklahoma's
tomorrow?
a lethal injection. I think most of them are right now.
Yeah, the only way it's out of it is if you request there it went back. If you request firing squad. You could lethal injection. You can request a firing squad.
Lethal injection. Yep. I glanced at the story, Gigi. So in 2003, the Cantrells were in their 70s,
and she's saying it's her parents or her best friend's
her
parents.
parents' best friends.
Her parents' best friends. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna read that article. Was it just was it a serial killer, or just that was the only?
Let's see.
When they talk about cruel and unusual punishment or whatever, ironically, I often think of who came up thinking that the electric chair was not cruel, and how did that even?
I mean,
how did that come about without someone saying, "Yeah, that's"? I don't care. Trust me. That's how they got Ted Bundy in the electric chair.
I don't.
They thought it would be quicker than it was.
To me, it's like an oxymoron when they. I don't know. I guess since we're humans and we're supposed to be humane, to say that to put someone to death is inhumane. There's cruel and unusual. I don't know, man. That's a tough argument because especially if someone's a murderer and murder people and you go to death row, you get put on death row, and there's circumstances.
It's convoluted. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karen. I missed what Clancy. I'll come back and read about the your prom in Galveston. I'll come back and catch that. I promise. It was Karen and I when when she told me the name or whatever when Barbie did, and we looked it up and read the story, and the story was so eerie that Karen and I, even though we were states apart, we were both just kind of stunned.
Yeah.
there's certain things that you read, and so we lit a candle for her. She asked us to light a candle, and we did.
In those, a situation that she was in, because it could have been her. You know, it's just the way that story went down, the way that happened. It was sort of random. You know, he picked one of the 3 cars that were there, something like that. So
she Oklahoma also. Oh, they do still have the electric chair. That's just ironic that another person facing execution, like in a very. I wonder if they're picking up. They're doing it more often.
To the side, right there. To the side.
Is this where it hurts?
Oh yeah.
We're almost done, babe.
Yep.
This is back. Oh, your back itches. I thought it hurt.
Itchy.
We do need to get something to make you sit where it doesn't hurt.
I don't really hurt that much though. It hasn't been.
Tennessee uses injections. Someone said they're going to start doing propofol and fentanyl to kill people.
Really?
I was like, if you go out on fentanyl, I mean.
I know with propofol, you're just boom.
That's
going back to my colonoscopy.
That's
all they said to me. He administered it, and he goes, "What you're going to feel when you put it into my IV?" He said, "You're going to feel like this rubbery taste in your mouth, and then that's it." And then I woke up later.
I hate coming out of anesthesia though. He needs a and also if they can't find a vein, they sometimes they said that the prisoners will go on hunger and thirst strikes because then they're so dehydrated they can't find a vein, and if they can't find a vein after the death, the warrant for death usually expires at midnight of the day they do it. If they don't find if they stick them so many times and they don't find a vein, and that expiration of the death warrant goes, then they have to wait for another one to be issued. So that.
I mean, it just.
I learned a lot about it when I was looking. But on that note, look at Storm. You ready to go to bed?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could. Oh, lovely Lisa Warrior's here. Hey, Sean, Mandy, and chat.
Hi.
Oh, let's see.
Hey, let it go.
Yes.
Speaking of Aziz, I saw Aziz in Katie's chat.
But he was using Aziz, right?
He was using Aziz 213 or something like that. I'm wondering if it's not someone. There's a bunch of people using the name, and they're like
2 or 3 people using all.
Yeah. Something But anyways.
It might be, like we said, they've got this guy, Botter or whatever, that went around, calling CPS, causing problems in people's chats and going real life. And I guess they finally, whatever they did an investigation, and it was kind of like a serial thing. He was doing it to different people, right?
Ron? Mm-hmm. They even found it through VPNs. He had run through VPNs. So
and 14 years old, lurking. That's why when people go real life in this stuff, we'll leave on this note. When people go real life and say they're going to call people's, work, or they're going to call, child services or whatever, it's not a badass thing to do to somebody. I mean, you got, teenagers doing it. Mm-hmm. It's just a pain in the ass, and it sucks for people.
It's dangerous.
And it's dangerous. That's the main thing. And it's not. You're not showing anybody anything or teaching anybody a lesson or doing any of that because you got little kids doing it.
Yeah.
I
think everybody was kind of like, oh my gosh. Everybody assumes.
They thought it was some kind of,
Yeah. But you guys have a good night. Thank you Botter was only 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he'd been doing it for.
They said about 4 or 5 years.
About 4 years. So imagine some 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Calling people.
I know. We're looking.
But I mean, if you're making a call like that, I thought about it for a minute, and you're only 10. Can't they tell on the phone? You had an 11-year-old. You got to be.
I don't know. I do not. No.
All right, gang.
Okay, y'all have a good night. Thank you for the super chat, for your support.
Yes, thank you so much,
Trash
guys.
Panda.
We appreciate you.
And thank you, Table. We are not shitty chicken owners. We are just what is it?
We are learning chicken.
Novel. What does it
We're
mean?
novices.
Novices.
We're sophomore-ish at this point.
Voice changer. Stitching knows what goes on.
Wow. But see, a voice changer.
Let it go. Kiss for the
Voice changer. An 11-year-old using
is Lisa Aziz.
Let it go, kiss. Yeah. People were saying that all through the chat that they thought it was him.
He just likes to talk to Sean about soccer.
That's right.
He's like, let me talk about soccer.
You had me at World Cup.
Have a good night, you guys. For
See you
real.
guys. Bye.
Bye.